this episode, we're diving back into our DIY bath makeover project. After cutting the bath out in part 1, we're ready to get hands-on with wire brushing and starting the painting process. Watch as we move the bath into its new spot by the pond, setting the stage for a stunning outdoor transformation. Don't miss part 3, where we'll be adding the final touches with soft furnishings and cushions. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe for more DIY inspiration. Full episode Saturday, 8:30 p.m. New Zealand time. Can you hear me? I am going to be doing the bath. Yes. The wire brush. Okay, so I'm not sure if you could hear what I was saying with all of my protective masks and things on. I can hear Macy up there. I don't know what she's doing, but hopefully not chasing the chickens. However, what I have been doing is I've been wire brushing and scraping off all the rust debris off this bath, which I'm going to flip around so you can have a look. So this bath we've cut out, you can see we've cut it out, and we're making it into a chaise lounge. So I need to, before I paint it with a special rust inhibiting, well, I don't know if that's the right word, but rust paint, and I'm using a dark green because it's what we had before lying around, which I think is quite good. And then we're going to paint the feet as well. So I've been scratching and scraping and with the wire brushes there, with my protective gear. And now with the knife, I scratched off some large areas. So now I'm going to wire brush it again, clean it up, and then start the painting process. I think it's going to be pretty cool when it's all done, and it's going to go into our lovely new pond area, which is going to be quite an exciting project it is an exciting project for Cunny and I. Okay, I can actually smell something now that I've taken my mask off. But I've done the first undercoat. There's a little bit of a light patch there, but it's actually going to be quite nice, I think, because it's a dark green and it almost looks like a bit of a sea. So we'll wait and see how that covers over. But I think it looks pretty okay for the first coat. Nice dark green. And then I'm soaking the brushes in that mineral turpentine down there. I've had my mask on because that's quite smelly. But now I'm going to, with a little gold paint, I'm going to paint the feet. These are the feet. And we numbered them, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that one is number 3. Oh gosh, I can't remember which one was 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bath. Oh, hopefully Cunny will remember. Oh dear. Okay, that's okay. I'm going to paint those the gold colour, clean them all up and get ready to paint them. They should be pretty cool. I'm sure I have a confused brain. So the feet are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we measured them out and said where they were on the bath, 1, 2, 3, 4 to connect up. We drilled holes in, and then I come to paint them, and I don't know where they go. So I've just had a conversation with Cunny. He says number 1 is closest to his container, number 2 is blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, well, is number 1 at the head or is number 2 at the tail of the bath? Anyway, we've figured it out. So what I'm going to do is, because I've painted over I didn't actually see them, but I've painted over them where we did in the bath. I'm going to paint the feet and leave them in the position that they're going to end up at. Hopefully that will work. Okay, first coat is done of the bath, or the chaise lounge as it's now going to be known as, and the feet. And I'm really happy with the first coat. I'm really happy with the mask that I've got. I did not smell any of these toxic fumes. And then I'm soaking the brush and the roller in mineral turpentine, and I know that's got a terrible smell because I remember it was when we were kids and I had the mask on doing that and no smell. So I'm impressed with the mask. I'm impressed with my first job coat of the chaise lounge and the feet. So you let me know what you think. Here you go. There's the bath first coat. There's a lovely number 1 gold foot, number 2 over there, number 3 down here. Oh no, that's 1, 2. This is number 2, sorry, and that's number 3, and that one up there in the corner is number 4. And here's all the equipment, the paint, all the brushes, the wire brushes to get rid of all the rust, my mask and goggles, my really great gloves that keep away any chemicals off your skin, turpentine, brushes, and ready for coat 2 hopefully tomorrow. Yay! Here are my friendly ducks hanging out with me again. And I'm about to, and Henry the 4th, I think, or Henry the 3rd. I'm about to get started on the first coat of the chaise lounge. So I came down this morning and it all looks great. It needs a clean up and all the rest of it. So if you have a look here, I've been digging out this hole this morning because it was originally used as a bath on the farm. So I've got to clean all that stuff out and clean it all up and have another go at painting it. The legs look great. Happy with the legs. But everything's going to look great once it's all done. So let's get started. Yes, Henry, let's get started. Because there's toxic paint coming off, I like to make sure that I'm all prepped and ready to go. Okay, so I've had a good clean of it and I've put it up, so I'm about to do the first coat of the under in the inside of the chaise lounge, and then I will look at, once it's dried, turning it over and doing the second coat, and depending on how the paint goes, a third coat, because it's out in the elements and it's always pretty tricky with the elements. This isn't a proper paint for cast iron metal and things like that. I've also got the feet down there. Got to do a first coat of the inside of those feet. So ready to crack on. Well, I never really want you looking at the camera much after I've been doing painting and things like that, because my hair's a mess, my nose always dribbles because I've got the mask on, my eyes always dribble as well because they've got a mask on, and I don't look like I should be going out to a cocktail party. However, I have to get over that kind of stuff
because I'm creative, I like to do things, and I am hoping that nobody will actually really get to see me when I'm in that state. However, because I do this YouTube vlog, you do get to see me in that state with funny hair and the rest of it. I have been painting the first coat of this outdoor bath, chaise lounge, and I've just cleaned all the stuff up in mineral turps, and when I was a kid I used to do things like this with my dad, and however we didn't wear protective gear, my late mother actually died of pancreatic cancer, and she never smoked, she never drank, and she sprayed her garden, and she loved a garden. And when I started working at a garden centre many years ago, they always said make sure you wear masks and things like that. Unfortunately in my mum's day they didn't really do that, and she died a horrible, very quick thing with the pancreatic cancer, and her life was cut short really, and I think it was because she didn't wear masks and things like that when she sprayed her garden. And I try not to spray my garden, other than the gorse and the cutty grass. Cunny and I always wear gear when we do that, and I think it's just so important. So using this smelly paint and getting dust and all the rest of it when you're scraping off rust and dust, I wear masks, and hopefully my past childhood when I didn't use those sort of things, when nobody knew any better kind of thing, I'm hoping that my lungs have rejuvenated over the years, and by doing the right thing now, it will make a difference to my life, because life is very important and it's very precious. Enough of that lecture. We'll come and have a look at the bath. First coat. Okay, here's the first coat of the bath, and the feet, there's another one over there. It actually looks like with this green, I had this green proper paint in the container already. It actually, you only should really need one coat, but we'll be doing more than one coat, probably 3 coats, because this old bath that's come out of the stockyards, that was a water bath for animals, looks almost like it's been underwater for a long time. If you have a look at it, it's quite interesting, but it's not a proper what would I call it? It's not a proper coat. And while I quite like the effect of it, as it almost looks like the under the ocean, it will need to be redone. It will need to be redone a lot sooner if I don't do good coats on it. The gold feet look fab. I'm looking forward to getting it finished and getting the feet screwed on, and then I can start thinking about the cushions and things. Anyway, I can hear one of my neighbours, because it's a gorgeous winter's day, is out with his lawnmower, and I haven't got my new microphone on me to cut out all the background noise. So I'm going upstairs because Cunny has started, or is trying to, paint the roof of the shiatsu room, and I think there's a few challenges there because the roof is quite high, and it's obviously corrugated. We bought all the gear the other day to do it, but I think it's quite challenging, especially because Cunny's also had a double hip replacement. His flexibility isn't as good as perhaps mine is, and so he's a bit of a whip with so many other things, but his flexibility sort of lets him down a little bit. And yesterday we tried the key in the shiatsu room, and it was sticking, so I don't know if it's winter stickiness, but if you'd seen a previous vlog, we actually found this key that fit a lock that hadn't had a key for many years. So I was quite excited when I found this key, and Connie has sprayed it with some silicone, and apparently it's working like brand new again, so that's great. There's the roof. We had a bit of metal at the top that had been sticking up, but Connie's hammered that down. So I'm going to go and see if I can help out because it's rather challenging. Yes, it's quite high up, so the ladder there is a little bit scary. So I don't quite know how we're going to do this. There is Connie. I'm not sure where he is, but our faithful companion is there. Connie must be inside. How are we going to do this? All part of the pond beautification project that we're doing. I have been given from our lovely friend who you caught up with in the episode regarding the making something from farmyard materials. He did up for us these lovely, what would you call it? Well, it's farmyard materials being made into other materials and creative materials. So his wife also gave me some papyrus grass, which I have been planting up around the pond. However, these are I'll just show you. These are the beautiful big hobbit gate that he's made underneath our little farm thing that's come off a hay baler, I think, that are going to be also going down into our farm project. You can also check out the chaise lounge at the back. I'm going to paint another coat on that today. Come with me in the meantime because I am going to plant in some more papyrus grass, because when I was down seeing if the deer had caused any havoc in the papyrus grass I painted the other day, I realised that I had forgotten to plant 2 little clumps. So I'm going to plant them up, and I will show you where I have planted the other papyrus grass clumps. I'd better bring Macy with me because she's here somewhere. Macy, come on! Macy! There are the 2 clumps that I forgot that I'm going to plant by that little rock. Up here, I've planted a clump there. That's in that where we got rid of that gorse in a few episodes back, and I've planted a clump there. There's a beautiful chair that was made by our mate and out of farmyard old wheels. And oh yes, there's a tennis ball in the pond, I forgot about that. I need to get that out. So I planted some clumps all the way along here. My ume tree, which you've heard me mention on numerous occasions. Some taro, some more papyrus grass, some papyrus grass on this side, and so on. I planted some up near the gate, and also some near the persimmon, the astringent persimmon. So one day this area, hopefully not too far in the near future, is going to be quite pretty. There's the giant chair that you've also seen in a previous episode. I think the papyrus grass will look really cool when it grows up around that rock leading up to and into our pond area.
second coat done. What are your views on the, I think it's British racing car green kind of green, and the beautiful gold feet? I'm quite excited, but it will require a third coat, so we have run out of paint, so I'm going to go get some more paint. I need to do underneath as a second coat, and then yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. What are your views on cushions? I'm going to make the squab to go inside of it and put some cushions on. I was sort of thinking if I could get some canvasy kind of fabric or outdoor fabric with maybe a dark green and gold stripe. I think stripe would look pretty regal, but looking across there, our line isn't that straight, but it won't really matter once you've got the cushions in, and I'm all about the quirkiness of things, and I'm not so fussed on the getting it absolutely perfect. But to me, in my eyes, so far it's looking pretty perfect. Today is an exciting time for me because we have finished painting the bath in our colours that we've chosen, which is a beautiful dark British racing colour green with some gold for the feet to give it that opulent sort of look. And we're going to screw the feet on, and we're going to take it down to the pond area. I've been out and got some fabric and chosen some fabric for the cushions, and it's quite exciting because it just means another step to our getting our pond area to be how we want it to be. Have a look and let me know what you think. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And there are the feet. I think our plan of attack will be to flip the bath over, leave it on the sawhorses, screw the feet on because we've already made these holes in between the old brackets underneath the bath, and screw the feet on, put the bath on the back of the trailer, which we'll hook up to the tractor and take it down to the pond area, and then Cunny and I will carry it off and find a place for it, a fairly level place. I'm not saying that this will be the final resting place, but it will be a spot down the pond while we think about the next steps. Okay, we've flipped it up and over, and we're now having a look at the feet. We have to remember where they went because we labelled them 1, 2, 3, 4, but I don't know if that's going to be applicable now because we've turned it over so many times. I've painted over the 1, 2, 3, 4. We just basically have to see where they fit the best, I think. Woohoo! How good does that look? I mean, it looks pretty fabulous, I'm thinking. What do you think, Macy? Macy? Oh, she's more interested in her father. It looks so good. Wait till the cushions are all in there. I'm really excited. Kani came up with a great plan of putting the bath here in front of the ume tree, and hopefully the deer might get further away from it there. As I showed you prior, I planted up these papyrus plants around the corner, and they will get up and look really pretty. And I did notice that the deer had pulled some more out, so cushions to be next. But I was so excited that I went looking
through the section and I found 2 cherry trees, flowering cherry trees. The not San Jose, that's Magnolia, the Felix Jury cherry trees that we planted when we first built the section, bought the section, 15 years ago, and both of them have survived the gorse and the rest of the shrubbery that we've got around, all the rubbish. So we're going to get stuck in. You might be able to see through there the pink flowers. Let's see. So we're going to clean up around there at some stage. The deer footprints everywhere. Let's have a look. This is where we did all the gorse and cutting grass the other day. But if you have a look through here, another little work in progress for us to find and clean up. And here is the Felix Jury cherry tree. Listen to the birds, the tuis love them. So, and we planted that in memory of Cunny's mum, Winnell. We also planted one in the memory of my late mum, Pamela. And I thought I'd lost it actually. So we came looking, and lo and behold, oh gosh, I can see deer footprints everywhere. Lo and behold, I found it. So if you come in here, there it is. Just coming through here, so we're going to clean up and around here too. There it is, look. We found it. So we're going to give it some more light and whoops. We'll give it some more light and clean it up. Another little project for work around the section at A Deer Cottage.
Thanks for tuning in to part 2 of our bath makeover. We've got the bath prepped, painted and perfectly placed by the pond. Be sure to join us next week for part 3, where we'll make some cosy soft furnishings and cushions to turn this bath into luxurious chaise lounge. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. See you next time.